In January 2025, the Philippines stunned the world with a historic oil discovery, one that would send shockwaves through the global energy industry and rewrite the nation's future. Hidden beneath the azure waters off its coast, geologists uncovered reserves so immense, experts immediately drew comparisons to the legendary oil fields of Russia and the Middle East. The scale of the find was unprecedented for Southeast Asia, with early estimates suggesting the reserves could rival or even surpass those of some of the world's largest oil-producing nations. Suddenly, the Philippines was thrust into the spotlight, its name spoken in the same breath as global energy giants. For a nation long dependent on imported fuel, this was a seismic shift. The promise of abundant domestic energy offered hope for lower prices, new jobs, and a surge in economic growth. The Philippines, once vulnerable to global price swings, now stood on the brink of transformation, poised to become a key player in the world's energy landscape. The announcement sparked disbelief and jubilation across the country. In cities and villages alike, people gathered around televisions and phones watching history unfold. The dream of energy independence, long thought impossible, suddenly felt within reach, igniting hope for a future of prosperity and national pride. Suddenly, the idea of the Philippines as a net energy exporter was no longer a fantasy, but a real possibility. Filipino workers prepared for a new era, as tankers readied to carry the nation's oil to distant shores, and the world took notice of this emerging powerhouse. This discovery doesn't just change the country's fortunes, it has the potential to reshape global energy markets and challenge established powers. International investors, analysts, and governments scrambled to assess the impact as oil prices fluctuated and new alliances began to form. The government's message was clear: the Philippines is ready to step onto the world stage as a formidable new force in energy. Leaders promised transparency, sustainability, and a commitment to ensuring the nation's newfound wealth would benefit every Filipino. As headlines flashed across the globe and world leaders watched with keen interest, the Philippines' destiny began to change before everyone's eyes, ushering in a new era of hope, ambition, and possibility. The location of this oil find is as crucial as its size, deep within the Philippine archipelago, nestled far from the contentious maritime borders that have long defined the region's energy politics. This discovery is not just about the volume of oil, but about where it sits on the map, firmly within the Philippines' own backyard, away from the watchful eyes and competing claims of neighboring countries. Unlike many other resource finds in Southeast Asia, this one is far from the disputed South China Sea, a region notorious for diplomatic standoffs and naval standoffs between regional powers. This means the reserves are squarely within the nation's undisputed territory, sidestepping the geopolitical tensions that have long plagued regional resource exploration. The Philippines can claim these resources with confidence, without fear of international legal challenges or military confrontations. By focusing on its own waters, the Philippines avoids conflict with China and ensures legal clarity for investors. This clarity is a rare advantage in a region where overlapping claims often deter foreign investment and complicate development. This strategic move transforms the discovery into a secure economic lever, free from foreign interference. The government can now plan long-term, knowing that the resource is protected by both geography and international law. It gives Manila unassailable rights under international law, making the investment climate far more attractive. International partners and local businesses alike can invest with confidence, knowing the rules are clear and the risks are minimized. The Philippines can now negotiate from a position of strength, backed by a secure domestic energy supply. This newfound leverage could reshape the country's economic future, providing energy security and boosting national pride. This newfound strategic depth allows the country to chart its own course, independent of its larger neighbors' ambitions. For the first time in decades, the Philippines holds a powerful card in the regional energy game, one that could redefine its role on the world stage. The economic impact of this discovery is profound. With production ramping up by 2026, the Philippines can finally break free from costly energy imports, redirecting billions into healthcare, education, and infrastructure. As the Malampaya gas field nears depletion, this new find is a lifeline, ensuring stable power for a growing population and industry. Lower energy costs will boost business competitiveness and improve quality of life for Filipino families. The government stands to gain massive new revenues, funding national development and reducing debt. Thousands of high-skilled jobs will be created, fostering a new generation of Filipino energy experts. This discovery could propel the Philippines into the ranks of Asia's most dynamic economies. The discovery of oil in the Philippines sent shockwaves through the global investment community, drawing immediate attention from major players around the world, particularly the United States. News of the find spread rapidly, and within days, delegations of international investors began arriving in Manila, eager to explore the opportunities that this new energy frontier presented. American energy giants, lured by the promise of vast, untapped resources and the assurance of a stable legal environment, wasted no time in expressing their strong interest. Their swift response signaled a new era of economic partnership, with both sides recognizing the potential for mutual growth and prosperity. Unlike the volatile and contested waters of the South China Sea, this discovery offers a secure and reliable haven for investment. It not only presents a lucrative economic opportunity but also aligns with broader geopolitical strategies, making the Philippines a focal point for regional stability and cooperation. The influx of foreign investment will bring more than just financial capital. It will introduce advanced technology, cutting-edge equipment, and global expertise, enabling the Philippines to develop its energy resources efficiently, safely, and with a focus on long-term sustainability. International collaboration will also foster knowledge transfer, empowering local engineers and workers. This partnership promises to leave a lasting legacy of technical skill, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit. As Filipino workers receive world-class training and exposure to new ideas, the benefits will ripple across industries, strengthening the nation's workforce and boosting the wider economy. The enthusiastic participation of major international firms sends a powerful message to the world. The Philippines is truly open for business, ready to welcome new partners and seize new opportunities. As energy infrastructure expands and modernizes, the country is poised to become an even more attractive hub for investment and trade throughout Southeast Asia, further cementing its role in the region's economic future. Ultimately, the renewed confidence of global investors could become one of the most enduring legacies of this historic oil discovery, shaping the Philippines' path for generations to come. The discovery lands in the heart of a tense and complex geopolitical arena, with the South China Sea dispute ever present and unresolved. Strengthening alliances, especially with the United States, is now more critical than ever for the Philippines' security and future. Washington views an energy-independent Philippines as a key partner against Chinese expansionism, reaffirming its defense commitments and strategic interests. The wealth from oil will help modernize the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard, bolstering maritime security and national defense capabilities. Economic strength reduces reliance on China, giving Manila greater diplomatic freedom, but also raising the stakes in regional politics. Past failures at joint exploration highlight the wisdom of focusing on undisputed resources and minimizing unnecessary risks. True energy security, the Philippines has learned, comes from self-reliance and trusted alliances built over time. As the Philippines rises, Russia faces decline, crippled by sanctions and cut off from vital technology and investment. Manila, in contrast, attracts global expertise and capital, giving it a decisive edge. The world's search for alternatives to Russian energy puts the Philippines in a prime position to become a new, reliable supplier for Asia. This shift could make the country a key energy hub, strengthening its geopolitical importance. The lesson is clear: resources alone aren't enough. Partnerships and responsible development matter most. Russia's isolation shows the cost of aggression. The Philippines' collaborative approach offers a model for sustainable growth. By focusing on undisputed territory and global cooperation, the Philippines builds wealth through trust and technology. It's a strategy for lasting influence in the 21st century. The Philippines stands on the brink of a golden age, with oil wealth promising prosperity and global stature. But the risks are real. Mismanagement and corruption could squander this once-in-a-generation opportunity. The government must ensure transparency, accountability, and invest in long-term, sustainable development. Oil wealth should be a foundation for a diversified economy, not a crutch. Diplomatically, Manila must balance its alliances, leveraging U.S. support while managing relations with China. The nation's new energy clout is a powerful tool, but must be wielded wisely to promote stability. If managed well, this discovery will ignite a new era of national confidence and pride. For the first time in decades, the Philippines holds the power to chart its own prosperous, self-reliant destiny.